think I'm like a poor farmer. Ivor, let's make this a fair fight. Ivor steps forward, the thugs hesitate. As you pull your axe, you notice that Alet is nowhere to be seen. Alet is not here. She's not in the group at all, even. Okay, you guys. He's a Thrasher. Bloody Flail. The Thrasher strikes multiple times, randomly hitting his opponent for 1 strength or 1 armor. On the last hit, Bloody Flail does damage equal to 1+1 for each ally standing adjacent to him. This last hit will randomly damage strength of or armor. Bloody Flail does direct damage, making it useful even when the Thrasher is near death. For this reason, it also does a great job of taking out wounded enemies who still have a lot of body armor by bypassing it completely. Oh, that's cool. And what's your shield wall? Okay. Neat. Neat. Hogan and his brother Mogan have gotten the same question their entire lives. You don't find many twins about, and even fewer who know how to use an axe. Hogan tends to be the more level-headed of the two, which may explain why he ended up with a child and wife. Mogan. He's also a Thrasher, so he's got the same exact deal as his brother. Mogan and his brother Hogan have gotten the same question their entire life. You don't find many twins, nah. Mogan tends to be the sort to act first and think later. This may explain the scar, among other things. Ah! Oh, I love it. Sure, man. We'll send him along. Sure. Why the hell not? Let's go. I'm curious. Oh, that's a weird-ass setup we got there. Oh, it's terrible. At least I can move everybody back to, like, one spot, ideally. Although since I can be anywhere, maybe I should just put him there. That way they're kind of fucked, and I'll put us here. Yeah. Well, actually, I don't want you to be able to do any damage. Bro, that hurts. You'll never make it in time, bro. That's my armor, bitch. The tank is so far down, it's crazy. What if you move... If you move there, you can hit him. Although I'd rather you move here, to be honest. Ow. What's up, man? We're the bros. How you doing, bro? Look at that. I'm also a bro. Isn't that great? We're bros. have to move here, but then he can move next turn. So what I should do is move like here. Renovaro that shit. Just in case. There we go! Boom! And it stopped him too. Pillage! Uh-oh. Oh, thank God. Oh, he dead. I'm too hurt to do enough damage. There we go. Now we good. Oh, even then he's not dead. Wow. She has such low damage, though. It's kind of bullshit. Great, so at least nobody has been hurt too much. So that's good. That's good. This means we don't need to rest or anything. We're good. The brother thank you with wide grins. Soon, many of the villagers have joined your caravan. You scan around anxiously for Alette, who had gone missing when the fighting began. Eventually, you find her watching from afar. Ogun returned at that moment, introducing you to his son and wife, and you soon set out again. Shit. We got so many more people. This means we have less supplies. Oh, God. Alette marches quietly alongside the caravan a little distance since leaving the village. When you stop for a rest, Oddleaf approaches you both. Uh-oh. Alette, I have something for you. Oddleaf has gathered up the long banner from the caravan and smiles warmly as she passes it to Alette. What's this about? I was hoping you'd sew up the banner with everything that has happened since we left Skogar. Come find me another time, Rook, and we'll talk. Before you can comment, she departs. Dad, are you the chieftain now? It looks that way. Oh, then that means... You're both quiet for a moment while Alette unfurls the banner. Oddleaf has been teaching me how to sew. She speaks pretty highly of you. Can we read the part about Mum? You nod. On the banner has been sewn the story of the families who have lived in Skogar through the years, just as is done on every banner in every town. I wish she were here, but I'm kinda glad she isn't. The section of banner about your family is short, but Alette has been sewing in colorful designs. Why do you say that? So she doesn't have to deal with all of this. Dredge, leaving home and... Why did you kill those men in the village? I mean, if it's okay to ask. They would have killed others. But how do you know which ones are bad? Because the Dredge are terrifying. Every time we have to fight them, I just want to run, but I don't want to kill a person. Please. Are you mad at me? I'm glad you don't want to. Alette smiles at this, then her face sinks again. I guess I would do it if I really had to, but do we have to? I know what you mean. Yeah, I know. Dad, I think you're doing a good job. She hugs you. You spend the rest of your time together sewing new verses into the banner. For better or worse, the story of Skogar is your burden now. Okay, so we can talk to her. We're going to go training, which we're not going to do. We can rest, which we're not going to do. Because we have great morale right now. But we're going to go here, though. Because we can definitely level somebody up. Yep, there we go. Promote! Oh, it costs 10 now to promote. Oh, we now have improve ability. Oh, that's great. Okay. It's pretty cool. Yep, maximum force. Sweet. Sweet. And now let's back. There we go. Yeah. We'll go talk to her and then we'll leave. I think that's a good plan. How are you doing, Odd? I'm alright. Not at first. Sometimes when a loved one dies, people say it doesn't sink in for a while. It sunk in for me right away. People tell me I'm a strong woman. It's funny, my father named me Oddleaf before I was even born. He wanted a boy so badly. Strong woman. What does that even mean? People look up to you. Don't take this the wrong way, but I don't want to be known for handling my feelings. If I feel nothing about my husband dying, people think I'm strong. If I cry because my insides feels like they're on fire, I'm weak. Why does that feel so backwards? I'm sorry, Rook. It's been hard. You're not sure what to say, and in the many years you've known the chieftain's wife, this is probably the most you've ever talked. You asked me to come find you? Yes, it's about the banner. I thought about it a long time. He asked me to give it to you, you know, if something happened. Why me? He always depended on you, Rook. It should be mine. I could carry it, but I thought about why he named you. I get it. They won't follow a woman. Families would leave. Our banner would be divided. I would vouch for you. Come on, Rook. This isn't the time for pretend. It's not just about our small town. What happens the first time we need something from another clan? How will that go? And the first time someone thinks they can take advantage of us. I think this is what has to happen. Maybe this is what it means to be a strong woman. She looks sideways, eventually giving over a timid smile. I'm not sure if that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard or the sweetest. Listen, I know I dragged this out. The truth is, my husband and I could never have a child. I don't want our banner to end here. It'll be safe with you in Alette. I know you're going to take care of her. She puts her hand on your shoulder and she heads back to the camp. And the morale is improved again. Sweet! And now we can leave. I don't want to waste resources. We only have 10 days of supplies. I want to hoard my renown. You know, as much as I can. At a small split in the trail, a few fighters stop to speak with you, each carrying a single pack. We recognize this place, one man says. Spent several years here with some kin. If they're still around, we have to warn them of what's coming. With luck, we'll find you again in less than a week. You think you'll survive out there on your own? The men look at each other somberly before one says, that's why we have to go. Out here alone, our kin is as good as dead. They check the straps of their packs once more and depart. Well, shit. Oh, Frostvalor, it's right there. Complaints of Raffensvarder's excessive drinking have resurfaced. This time the man stumbled over some tent rope, pulled the snagged canvas through a campfire, nearly setting a supply wagon aflame. Clansmen put out the fire on both the wagon and Raffensvarder legs before leading them to you. This man drinks nothing but water from now on. Svarter groggily agrees, slurring his way through promise to quit being such a nuisance. Many of the onlookers snort or roll their eyes, but go back to their business. Somehow you doubt it'll be long before Raffensvarder manages to find another drink, whether you'll allow it or not. I should have banished him to the outside of camp or something. Dredge! Shouts a man from the back of the caravan. It's Ravensvarder, the unabashed drunk, staggering toward you, looking not entirely sober. He screams again, pointing to trees in the distance. Fear races through the caravan as fighters pull their weapons. Scouts return with no sightings, and furious men surround Ravensvarder. Ready yourself against Dredge, just in case. There'll be time for that later, you tell the man. For now, we take no chances. A full day of uneasy rest passes with no sign of Dredge. The caravan is annoyed by the scare and the delay. Eventually, Ravensvarder bursts into laughter and you're sure there never were any Dredge. Not long after, Ravensvarder goes missing. Nobody searches for him or seems to mind. They killed him! Oh my god! Oh, that's fine. The guy was annoying. We need supplies badly. We lost one clansman?
Strong, thriving city. The walls of Frostvellir now just keep the howling winds at bay. With luck, they'll hold out against Dredge as well.
I was afraid the town was like in ruins. I'm happy to see it's not. Although, what's up with all that ice? Look at that. It's almost like it crushed the walls. You jostled through follow crowds of sunken faces who appear as though they have been freezing in front of Frostvellir for days. The gates are closed. You come to a stop at the bottom of the hill. What do you mean the gates are closed? This is not looking good. Why are there so many people in the fields? We can't stay outside in the open like this. Utley finds you among the many refugees. Rook, I just talked to some of the women here. Nobody is being led into the city. Why? It's overrun with Val from Blodsbalker, Greyhorn, people from Bitra, all the nearby villages. The Dredge are everywhere. And the chieftain of Frostvellir has locked himself in his great hall. That's when they close the gate. When the Dredge come, these hills will turn red. We have to get in there. I want to know more about what's going on in there. I see a lot of people gathered around the rest houses and the gates. We could find out what they know. How would we get in anyway? They closed the gate. I can get that gate open. Let's see if there's any other way before we start breaking down gates. I wasn't going to break it, just push real hard. Great. So we're going to go Eros, Market. You know what? Let's go to the market. I'm buying the supplies. I'm gonna have to go to the gates because there's no other way. Eros is gonna service none because we don't. You approach the gate where hundreds of people have gathered in the trodden, bloody space in front of the doors. Several pincushion bodies lie unclaimed as though they simply belong there. Archers up on the walls make it clear that nobody will be getting in. Men and women below interminably call for mercy and reason when they're not flinging stones and curses. Find out more from the crowd. You spend an hour talking to different people who all have the same story. A couple days ago, the chieftain shut himself in, closed the gate and refused any more refugees. They've got huge stores of supplies in there too, adds one man. They're just hoarding them. Shout at the guards. We're from Saga. Open the gates! You shout to the archers, not expecting much. You get as much response as you expected. Archers up on the walls make it clear that nobody will be getting in. Ivor, do you really expect to push these gates open? I'm willing to try, grunts Ivor, despite sizing up doors that look like they could hold back an army. And when men start shooting arrows and pouring out to stop you, then you kill them, he says. You're not sure this is the most sound plan. We're not doing this. This is a terrible idea, you say. We don't even know how many are in there. Ivor folds his arms. He seems almost relieved that he didn't have to live up to his earlier boasts. Leave the gates. You leave the crowds and head back down the hill. There are a lot of people gathered around the rest houses, says Oddleaf, pointing. Maybe we can find help there. We'll do that. Oh, these rest houses? You spend a whole day at the rest houses. Everyone gives you the same story. The chieftain shut up, the blah blah blah, we know. The rest house is overflowing with refugees, the sick and wounded and noise. Tend to the wounded. Alet and Oddleif spend a day along with others in your caravan, treating wounds, most of which came from the archers at the gate. I overheard from one woman that the city has been sending carts with food around, Oddleif tells you. Could be a way in, Ivor replies. Next time they send a cart, we bring it back in. Oddleif protests. Aside from leading to a fight, it would probably mean no more food for the refugees. We have to get in there. But then the refugee needs food. Leave the foot cart alone. I don't want to get involved if others are going to suffer for it, you say. You return to what you were doing. The rest house is overflowing, blah, blah, blah. Leave and try something else. You put the clamor to the rest house behind you. I still think we should be getting in that city, says Ivor, spying the gates on the hill. I know, but we can't get in there. There's no option. I got no options at all. Market? No. Heroes just leads me back here, right? Yeah, that doesn't help me. Uh-oh. I guess we have to settle for the long haul. After a long day of argument, you all finally agree to digging in with the other refugees if you have to. Are you sure there's no other option? Asks Ivor. Sooner or later, the dredge will come. Probably sooner. All we can do is be ready. You settle in. You're not sure how long, but you know it's the best you can do for now. Little did they sleep. Hakon, we're back. I was able to get as many warriors from Strand as you wanted, and more weapons, extra supplies too. You perk up just now realizing Moger has been talking to you. Since Wagner died, everyone has been looking to you to make the decisions. It's exhausting. Hakon. Sorry, I'm just tired. Go on. I was saying the Varl we sent to Strand. I've returned. The governor gave us most of what we wanted. Good enough. Much resistance from the governor? Some. I don't think he was happy about us buying his fighters using his own money. He also insisted we take on a lackey of his to watch over his property, a man named Hyrik. Hey, Hyrik, nice. Hyrik, I met him. He seemed competent enough. Regardless, the governor will have to get over it unless he wants Dredge crawling through his streets. We've put down every slag that has wandered through here while you were gone. Enough flapping of mouths then. You sure that wound has healed, Luden? I agree. Enough has already gone wrong. If something happens to the prince on a mission of peace, the alliance would rot. Or worse. Vognir's dead. There's no reason to stay. What do you expect me to do? Go back to my father and tell him one Varl died so the alliance is over? He has a point. As Wagner's Kender, you have the same responsibilities, Hakon. We only be made to do this again later, and I will not suffer it all a second time. Either take us through the wandering road or do your job and slaughter some Dredge. Ludin turns abruptly with a scowl. He stems back to his ring of tent and followers. Wandering roads not an option with this many. I could crush that boy's skull with one hand. If Ludin won't be deterred, you'll have to deal with it. Don't let Ludin get to you. Let's go. I'm sick of looking at this dump. What do I tell the warrior, Akon? Tell them we don't stop until Sklid is retaken. Glad to hear it. Give the word and we'll set off. Let's go, guys. Okay, we can talk to people. Heroes. Do we have anybody that we could level up? Yeah. Me, actually. Sweet. Promote. Continue. Yes. That and this. Fantastic. Confirm. He's a warden. Hyric is the guy who gets stuff done for the governor of Strand. Enough, though for a man with a heavy responsibility, he seems to have an awful lot of freedom in his methods. Plenty of warring clans within Strand have tried to take him down, none have succeeded. Eventually, he earned himself the nickname the Iron Turtle. Interesting. The warden is an expert of city warfare, darting in and out to be useful where he's needed. While he doesn't use a bow like the hunter, rally allows him to grant willpower to allies from anywhere in battle when they'll need it most, making him an invaluable support character. And he's got light step. Sweet. Sweet, sweet. Cool. Let's talk to people. We'll see him first. You knew him well, didn't you? Wagner? No. Well, I don't know. I remember him. Always rushing around with some important business, but I never knew him. Never got a chance to talk much. Longer than I did, in any case. I suppose so. When he spoke, Var listened. I knew that. I could use help there. The Scrivener leans back, considering the sentiment. I've seen worse. To respect you for your ability to swing an axe, they need to respect you for your actions. But you're not talking to the right Varl. Mogger's got some skill there. Most I can do is hold a quill. What do you suppose happened to the sun? Gods, how should I know? I've never seen something like this before. Are you worried? Some of the Varl in the caravan think the world's coming to an end. Others think it's the best thing that could happen. No more black months. I'll take it. If it's the end, I'm ready. What about the rest of us? To the depths with you. Ha! That's cool. I heard you were a terror in your day. Do you know how old I am? Dare I ask? I'm competing, you know? Nobody knows how old a Weavarl can get. Naturally. There's one by the name of Snorri. He guts a few years on me. Just hunkers in Grofim, collecting grime. Bastard might actually beat me. Another one named Crummer is close, I think. But the adult son of a bitch still welcomes a fight. He'll probably be offed before I am, although the Scrivener gestures around him as if to remind you of the current situation. You chuckle. Anyway, point is, what difference does it make? I'm just a delivery bairn for Jorundr now. Can't remember half what I'd done. Ends the journal? Ends. Don't get fancy in my behalf, Hakon. Okay, I won't. What are you always putting down in that journal anyway? What do you mean? What do I write? I write what happens. They've got a banner in Aberfang for that, you know? You mean the long banner? Yes, the Menders wove up something that writes its own history. Do you want my opinion? I don't trust it. No? It tells a broad story. I think there's some value in the narrow. Whose story does it write? Mine? Theirs? Ludin's? Gods forbid. Ha! You relic! The gods have been dead a long time. Oh, have they? Old habits, I suppose. Get some rest. Always more marching to do. I've hoofed more hill than a horseborn with a grudge. Don't worry about me. Cool. Let's go to the other one. I'd ask about how you're dealing with Vagnir's death, but I already know the answer. Do you? Steady, old Mogger, which is good. Steady, old Mogger, which is good. I know most of these Varl, but they're not under my command. They came to follow Vagnir. Tell you the truth, I wouldn't want to be in your position either. You think we're walking into a death trap? This many Varl? No, we should be alright. Things could get rough though. I don't like being the one sent Varl to their deaths. I like worrying about myself, and that's the extent of it. We would have expected Vagnir to drop like that to a couple of slag. I'm still wondering what happened. He had hundreds of dead slag to his name. I don't get it. This happens sometimes. No big moment. I'm sure it surprised him even more than us. Although, I have to wonder. Nah, never mind. Anyway, I'll worry about the warriors. You worry about not doing something stupid. That's asking a lot. What were you holding back about Vagnir? I'd rather not say, Akon. Why not? It's the kind of thing that gets stuck in your head and you need a clear one. It's better if you let me worry about it. Sounds important, tell me. How did Vagnir die? He ran into Dredge, wasn't expecting it. When we found him, he was lying face down, like he was struck from behind. Did he really get taken down by some random slag? Who else was there? You think Luden? He probably didn't, but... Damn it! We should keep an eye on that bastard. If you see anything else, tell me. I will. Haven't you ever wanted to be in command? More than I am? Any more rope and I'd hang myself. I doubt that. I forget, you weren't around back then. At one point I had more rope. I hung myself. So no, I'm not interested in command. It's all yours. Thanks. Anything you can tell me about the caravan? Throw together this many Varl. Half of them want to hit each other. The rest wants to be left alone. Anyone I should keep an eye on? There's a couple of clan leaders trying to show off for each other. Not a big deal. I've got it under control. The fighters we just got from Strand aren't bad, but they're unruly. Give it a few days. And there are a few moaning about fighting for you instead of Vagnir. Those are the ones to worry about. What about Luden's men? They don't want to hear anything from me, I know that. Any problem? Could be. Luden's pet Varl is named Bercy. I'm not sure where he came from or what his deal is. Bastard knows how to fight, but there's something I don't like about him. His girl in red is scary too, Irsa. She's probably the best fighter Luden's got, to be honest. I overheard some of the Varl call her the Witch. Why? Flaming arrows, I think. It's a good trick, but the fire upsets our Varl more than the Dredge. Still doesn't make much sense. Witch? They're not scholars, Akon. I think they're mostly just afraid of her. That makes more sense. Don't let her find out. Let's get back to it. Let me know if you need anything else. I will. And we'll call it a night for now, guys. For now. I started earlier tonight, so I'm ending it a little bit earlier. I want to spend some time with Van. Also, I've not eaten. I'm starving right now, so that's what we'll do. We'll just call it a night. We'll save. Yes. Sweet. So, guys, that was a stream, and that was Banner Saga, and that was great. That was great, honestly. I'm surprised at how good this was. Super interesting. So, guys. Thank you so much for watching the stream. Thank you so very much for the follows. Thank you, Casey, again, for that dono and for the sub. You're awesome, buddy. Thank you so very much. I'm going to be streaming tomorrow morning. File Cabinet Guy. Thank you so much for being here, man. You're awesome. Thank you very much for spending some time with us. That was amazing. And thank you for the compliment. And yeah, we're going to be streaming tomorrow, and tomorrow we're going to be streaming very early in the morning, probably going to be an 8 to 10. File Cabinet Guy! Thank you so much for that follow. Welcome to the Shinobis. I hope you enjoy your stay. Yeah. So yeah, tomorrow morning we're going to do an 8 in the morning, so 8 a.m. EDT, which is my time zone, to 10 a.m. EDT. We're going to make it a... we're going to start our playthrough of Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. So that's what we're going to do tomorrow during the morning, and then there won't be a stream again until Sunday. And Sunday we stream all day. It's our usual all-day stream. What we'll do Sunday, though, I'm not sure yet. We're probably going to do a mix of Birth by Sleep and Banner Saga. Maybe we'll do only Banner Saga. Maybe we'll do only Birth by Sleep. I'll announce it on the day, I guess. So I'll see you guys then, hopefully. And you guys are fantastic again. Much love to you guys. I'm going to give some love to somebody. So we're just going to, you know, drop a host. So anytime, guys, let's share the love a little bit. Let's find somebody else that streams a fantastic game. And let's just tell them how much we love them. So, you know what? Who's streaming what right now? Oh, that's a Dungeon and Dragon game. That's interesting. Yeah, you know what? Decent is actually a streamer from the True gaming family, and he's playing a Dungeons and Dragons game right now. So if you guys want to listen to more voice acting / role playing stuff, drop by. It's gonna be great, and I hope you guys have a great night. And I'll see you tomorrow morning for Birth by Sleep Kingdom Hearts. Love your faces, guys. Bye bye.